Hey guys, remember that today's lesson, we are asking and answering our own questions to become better readers. We learned what type of questions to ask. So I'm going to look at this passage again, and I am going to remember the questions that I'm going to ask are who, what, where, when, why, and how. So the first question I'm going to ask myself was who was in this story? So I know right away that Caroline, Stuart, and Mom were in this story. Um, Trying to find text evidence with Mom's name. Here we go. There's Mom. Okay, those are the characters in my story. The next question I'm going to ask is what? So, what is this story about? This story is about Caroline and Stuart wanting food and not wanting to have leftovers again. So, this story is about um, Caroline and Stuart wanting different new food. They've had leftovers for days. The third question I'm going to ask myself is when? When does this story take place? Well, the text evidence that I was reading about was they were talking about how Thanksgiving was over. So I know that this story happens around Thanksgiving. This sentence right here, Thanksgiving happened 5 days earlier. So I know that my story takes place 5 days after Thanksgiving. The next question I'm going to ask is why? So, why do they want new food? They were talking about having um, mashed potatoes for lunch, for dinner, for breakfast, right? All that text evidence. And then down here, as I continued reading, they were talking about, like, man, this was getting boring. They were over potatoes. The next question I'm going to ask is where are they? Where is this story taking place? Well, when Mom starts to cook, she talks about getting the food out of the container. She talks about getting the frying pan in the oil. And so I'm going to make an inference and just assume they're in the kitchen where she's cooking. The last question I'm going to ask is how? How did they get their new food? Stuart and Caroline were asking their mom for help. So their mom fixed them potatoes. Their mom actually fried them potatoes. So they got their new food with the help of their mom.